Hey everybody, happy Sunday, June 1st. My name is Shannon. I am the Sota Stitcher from Minnesota. It's been a while. I did record Flossmas. That was super fun and I'm really glad that I did. I'm gonna try not to get choked up. Okay, I'm back. It's been a really crazy few months. You can see I don't have Maggie. Okay, I'm gonna get through this quickly and then I'm gonna go compose myself and then I'll continue the video. We lost Maggie on April 7th. It was horrible. She was diagnosed with congestive heart failure at the beginning of February, and they told us at that time that we would have 2 months to 2 years with her. And we didn't even have 2 months. She died on April 7th on a couch. So it was pretty traumatic. It was awful. I just want to thank all of you for loving her as much as we do, because I know she was truly the star of my Flosstube. It wasn't me, it's her. And so it's really hard not to hold her and have her here to say hi to you. But anyways, I'm back for a video, so I just wanted to share that with you. And I have some good news too. We got a second cat, but I'll tell you about that in a bit. I'm gonna go ahead, compose myself, come back, and then we'll start on happy things. So I just wanted to get that out of the way because Maggie is always at the beginning of my videos and she's not. So, okay, I'll be back. Okay, I am back and I am going to stand up. This is Gertie. She doesn't like to be held as much. Say hi. Okay, we'll put you down. She doesn't like to be held a whole lot. About 15 seconds is her maximum. And Gertie, so I carried her in from the living room and that was about 10 seconds. So we were at her 15-second maximum. Can Mama hold you? So that's Gertie. We rescued her from a local rescue. We always wanted a black cat. Story time quick. We knew that we wanted to get 2 cats after Maggie was gone, and you all know that we got Freddie in December. If you watched my Flossmas videos, he was in our backyard, and you can go back a couple videos and watch that video. If you want to see Maggie again, you can go back in the videos. But he was a busy guy, and the vet was like, you need to get a second cat for Freddie, and so we're like, okay. And so we went to the rescue. We wanted a black cat, and I really wanted a long-haired cat. I really wanted a Maine Coon. That's my dream, but it's fine. We have the cats that we're meant to have, and we rescued them, so it's even more beautiful. But we got Gertie on February 22nd, and we just fell in love with her. She's so sweet. She likes to lay on your laps. She likes to sleep with you. She's just a honey. And yeah, her and Freddie get along great. We love her, and so now we have 2 cats. So I'm gonna time out here real quick, and I'm gonna go get Freddie so you guys can see him again. He does like to be held, so that will be much easier. So I'll be right back. I just woke him up, so he's not too happy. But this is Freddie. Freddie, say hi to the people. He's our orange tabby. He can be a little spicy, but he's beautiful and we love him. He's looking out the window behind us. I think Jeff's back there, but we say hi to the people. Do you want me to let you sleep? You do, don't you? But anyways, so yeah, we have 2 cats. We meant to get them after Maggie, but I think Maggie knew that we needed them before she passed away. So anyway. What have I been up to with stitching? A lot. I pulled out a big basket full of WIPs, so I'm going to call this kind of a WIP parade. but it's not all of my WIPs, because you can see I have more WIPs back here. These 4 shelves are also WIPs, but I have not worked on those in a long time. I pulled out all the WIPs that I've worked on since I started with the Notion app, which I think was in October. What are you doing, Freddie? What are you doing? He's my vocal one. So I've pulled them out. I want to show you. The last WIP parade, I probably haven't worked on much of these since my last WIP parade, so I'm going to call this like a half of a WIP parade, and we will go through and go through those. So I was just looking at Freddie. Sorry, I'm distracted. Now I'm kind of a little emotional, so we will go through the half of a WIP parade, or kind of a WIP parade, or modified WIP parade. Maybe that's it, modified WIP parade. But I do have a big basket. I'm going to grab it and show you, and then we can start going through all of them. So this is all of them. This is not a WIP, but so I have plenty to show you. I also have been working on Prince Purple Rain, so I do need to go get that in my living room and get that out of the Q-snap, because I've been obsessively stitching on it since, gosh, I don't know, 4 weeks now. I am having a hard time picking anything else up because that's all I want to do is stitch on him. So I am going to go grab that. We'll start with him. Okay, I'm going to tell you a story first. So I told myself that I couldn't work on his face until I got to 50%. And so I am now, as of last night, I hit 50% done on Prince Purple Rain by John Enright, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. I can't believe it. So last night I got one of his eyes carved out, and now I'm kind of going to the side of his face and his nose, and I'm obsessed. My goal is to finish it by next year. So I have a year to get it finished and framed. Well, end of August would be a year, because I want to put it in the Minnesota State Fair next year. So anyways, I have 141,250 stitches was 50%. So 282,500 is all of the stitches. And I'm over that now because I did stitch a bunch more last night and this morning. So I'm going to go grab that. It'll take me a couple minutes, but for you it'll take 2 seconds, so I'll be right back. Okay, it's not ironed because I just pulled it out of the Q-snap. And some of you may have already seen this on my Instagram, but I am going to pull a pattern keeper. So as of today, I'm at 142,514 stitches. I don't know if I'll be able to show you this. So that is what it looks like on Pattern Keeper. The green is the color I'm currently working on, but you're getting some glare, I'm sorry. But you can see that is where I'm at. And a lot of people, I was at a retreat recently, I'll talk about that a little bit later, in Blue Earth, Minnesota at Welcome Stitchery Retreat with Teresa Kogut earlier this month. No, in May. I guess it's July 1st. Sorry, or June 1st. My nose is itching. And a lot of people asked me how many colors, and so I thought maybe you guys would be interested in seeing. That's my floss box. You can see a lot of the purples here. There's a lot of pinks. And reds. I'm not sure exactly where those go yet, but yeah, you can see a lot of purples. There's some purples over here too. Some of these bobbins I need to, oh my gosh, timeout. Okay, my nose wouldn't stop itching. Some of the bobbins I need to put more on because there was some of the colors I had to get 15 skeins of the purple. It was crazy. And so are you guys ready? I can't wait to show it to you. Back up. Isn't that amazing? You can totally see the brush strokes because it's based on a painting, like I said, by John Enright. And so you can see we got an eye starting. Oh, it's crazy. And I don't know if you can see, I don't know, I'm going to hold this, but right here, oops, over here, right here, you can see how that like goes out. Right here. I'm having a hard time. So that is actually like the silhouette of his head when you look at the painting. I'll put a picture of the painting up in one of these corners so you can see what I mean. So I didn't realize it, but I had like a lot of his head already done. I mean, I guess I did realize it when I was working on it, but I was thinking like I'm just starting on Prince because I'm just starting on his face, but I'm not. I've been working on him. So I loved getting into these colors over here. It was just a different color to work with and just amazing. So yeah, can you believe that's over 50% done now? It's wild. I love it so much. I can't wait to have him hanging in my office and watch me while I'm working. But I'm so excited to put it into the state fair. I'm like, I wonder if I can win a ribbon. I would hope that I can win a ribbon. I mean, Prince is from Minnesota, and I mean, it's pretty big and it's pretty incredible, but you never know what's entered next year. So anyway, okay. So I have a list. And I actually, nope, I lied. This is not from what I started on in October last year. I did sort it by 2025 stitching. So I love Notion. You can do that. I exported it to an Excel document, deleted out the columns I didn't need. And so I'm just going to pick them out of here. They're in no order, but okay. So the first one is I started a new Mill Hill, the Aurora Borealis. I bought that purple frame, but I saw it stitched in Amana last fall for when I was at the retreat. There's a quilt shop there that sells some cross stitch, and they had this completed with a black frame, and I was like, I'm doing black. I'm not going to do the purple frame. And I recently worked on this because my dad had surgery, so perforated paper is just so much easier to work on because I need a magnifier. I can't see without a magnifier on like linens, so this is something I can work on without. I'm trying to figure out which way it goes. This way. So this is how far I'm at. Let me see if I can put something behind it. There you go. So that is how far I'm at. I only had this light green done when I went in with my dad when he had surgery. So I do like that I added some more color, and I'm gonna bring this. Jeff and I are doing a road trip to Yellowstone this summer, and I'm gonna bring this with because I think that'll be really easy. And then maybe. It's a lot of driving. We're doing a road trip since we're going to go up through North Dakota, down the Beartooth Highway into Yellowstone, spend a few days there, then go to the Tetons, and then spend some days there, then come home through the South Dakota. So it's going to be fun, but I'm going to probably bring this and then another one. I mean, I don't know. I probably won't finish it, but you never know. All right. So that is just called for everything. Obviously, it's a kit. Next, so funny story. I am doing WIP Go again this year, and I did really good for January, February, March, but then I lost track in April. I worked on some, but then like I said, I've been working on Purple Rain for weeks now. I can't look because I'm recording on my phone and my MacBook's in front of me because my MacBook camera is not high def, or high resolution, so I record on my phone. So I can't tell you, but maybe I'll put it up here on the screen. I started working on that, and that's what happened to me last year. I don't know if I said that already. I'm kind of scattered today. That's happened to me last year when I was doing so good on WIP Go, and then I picked up Purple Rain, and then I worked on that for like 2.5 months. And so anyways, next one is New Constellation. This was I think in April. WIP go, and I did a little bit. And so this is on 36 count wet cement linen by Be Stitch Me, and this year I put in 1,306 stitches so far. Aurora Borealis, I did 707 stitches this year, so that's not bad. And I think I started it this year. But anyways, my goal for WIP Go is to get one more box done. I had that center box, and I started on that next box below, and that flower, and there's a bunch of 1/1, and so yeah, I didn't get any further than that. So, but progress is progress regardless of how much or how little you do. Alrighty. I am going to put these back in bags as I'm working, so sorry if you can hear the zips and stuff, but I don't feel like cleaning this up after I'm done. Alright, next one. Oh, I love this one so much. Okay, and I just posted this on my Instagram this weekend too. So Erin 2 Martini Stitcher had a birthday, and for her birthday she started a peacock, a unicorn, and a badger. And I have wanted to stitch this ever since last year. We went to the state fair, and I went through and looked at all the cross stitch, and somebody entered this, and I fell in love. Now I'll just enter a picture of the one I saw at state fair, because it's pretty incredible. And I think they got a blue ribbon, if I remember correctly, but you'll see it. So anyways, Erin had a birthday, and I knew that I was going to start it for her. She was, encouraging people to start with. She's doing 100 starts this year for her 50th birthday. When she said last year, she was talking about that, and she was talking about doing 50 starts for her 50th birthday, but then she did 100. I was thinking about doing 50 starts this year because I turned 50 in February, and so I was going to do that, but then I didn't. But anyways, I was so glad that Erin had a birthday, so I could finally kit this up. And it's nice because it is all DMC, so it really isn't that expensive to kit up. Now, Erin had said on her channel that she was going to use Cedar River linen in the color Arboreal. The girl that owns Cedar River linen actually created this color for this pattern because, at least I think that's what Erin said. So instead of stitching all of that green background, we got fabric that matches. And I actually, when I remember looking at the state fair one, and I was looking at the state fair picture, I like this better because I feel like there's way more definition. So here is what I got done. It's blowing out a little bit. It's a little bit darker, but I'm in front of a window, so just look at my Instagram. I'll put the link in my box below, because that's more true to color. But I got all of that done, and I loved this is so much fun to stitch. It's so much fun to stitch. That was part of the reason why I didn't meet some of my goals too, because I was stitching on this a lot. This is actually quite a few stitches. Let me see here. It is 5,153 stitches. And so that's a lot of stitches for, God, as I get further, when I finish, I can't wait to find out how many stitches are actually in this. I really don't put these types of patterns in Pattern Keeper, so I don't know how many stitches total are in there. If anybody knows, let me know. But yeah, so next one is, okay, so in the beginning of March, Jaffe, my friend, she's Climbing Stitcher on Instagram, we go to a man retreat together, and that's where we met. So we go together every fall, and she flew into Minneapolis in the beginning of March because we both really wanted to go to Country Samplers. So we got an Airbnb, stayed there. Their apartment things above were closed for renovation, but we found an Airbnb and spent 2 whole days stitching. It was amazing. Well, a day and a half stitching by the time we spent time at Country Sampler, and we wanted to pick out a project that we both loved. And so you know how they do they do a lot of their own conversions. So when we saw this one on the wall, I think I have a picture of it. I'll put it up here. Stunning, stunning. And so we picked this one, and it's kind of cool and quirky. And it's by Quaint Rose Needle Arts and Hughes 1852 Woodfield House. And so this is the Country Samplers conversion. So I'm not going to share like the flosses and stuff, because if you want to know or want to buy the kit, call them, because I don't know if you're supposed to tell that information, but I got the house done. And so I love it. I love stitching a good house. Let's see if I can get closer. There we go. So love that. I had a hard time putting this one away too. So that is, a couple of these projects are the reason why I got off track with WIP Go. This was another one, and then I did start another one that I bought there. That was there. They have a club. I don't know what it's called. It's once a quarter you get a kitted up project in their conversion, and I saw the one on their wall and fell in love with it, so I joined the club and bought the kit. I'll put a picture of that too. Let me just dig for that one. I'll show you that one right away. Let's see here. Is it this one? Yes. It is called, it's by Cross Stitch Antiques, and their club is called Threads of History. So this was number 1. It's called SS Harris Heart and Hand Sampler. It's gorgeous. The colors are beautiful. Like I said, if I haven't already, or maybe I'll leave it up, the picture of the actual model, stunning. And so I will show you. I didn't get as much done on this as I had hoped, but regardless, I love it, and I was really glad that I got it. I mean, they still have some. If you guys love it, you could call there and join the club and see if they have any left, but this is my start. Yeah, I think this window is blowing out some of the colors, but I have not posted this one on Instagram yet, but I need to. It's beautiful. So yeah, those were the 2 that I bought when I was there. Now, when I was there, I saw a finished chart that they had framed that was in their conversion, and I fell in love with it. I thought that it looked like an old back in the day when I was in kindergarten chalkboard, the green chalkboards. Do you all remember the green chalkboards? That is what it looked like to me. And so I'm looking for it. Okay, I found it. It was driving me crazy. I wish I would have bought it when I was there. I was so mad. It took me, so one of the ladies that works there is on Instagram, and I was messaging her trying to figure out what it was, and I went back. I had saved so many of their newsletters, and I couldn't find it on any of their newsletters. Then I went on their website, and I can't remember how I did the search, but I was literally searching through everything on their website, and I think I sorted it by like charts, most expensive to least expensive, because I knew it would be a kit, and I found it, and I was so happy. And this is it's by the Elegant Thread, and it's called Mary Hunter 1884, and the called for is Amsterdam Blue, but I'm not going to tell you what the Country Samplers is, but I will show you. I didn't get very far, but I was so happy to get it. And here it is. So I don't mind telling you the floss. They used, the called for is Blanc, and Country Sampler used Weeks Arrowhead, so not a big deal. You could have probably figured out it's any ecru color, so, but I'm not going to tell you the fabric color. If you want to know, you can call them. But yeah, so, or look on their website. You can probably find it on their website. So yeah, that is where I got with this, and actually I want to work on this. I wonder if I can see this one when we're driving. No. I was going to say, could I see it with just my bifocals? But no. So anyways, I am so happy about that. And I know I haven't been telling you the number of stitches, but that's okay. A lot of people don't even like stats anyways, but I mainly printed this out so I knew what fabric I was using. Okay, this next one, when Jaffe came here, I think I've talked about it on my channel before, and I had started last year or the year before, I started Moon Glow by Nora Corbett, and I was stitching it on a fabric, and I can't even remember what it was now, but when I put it in my Q-snap, there must have been a little hole in the linen, and when I took it out of the Q-snap, there was a rather big hole. The hole was not repairable at all. It was way too big, and the fabric color there, I just don't know how I would have found a fabric or a floss to match that and it wouldn't have been, because there's so much negative space on here, it wouldn't have been covered up. So you would have seen it when it was framed, and I was like, darn it. Anyways, when Jaffe was here, we went through all of my 32 count fabric to find one that we laid out all the flosses, and we found one that we thought looked amazing with all the flosses. And so I did restart it while Jaffe was here. Didn't get very far, not as far as I was before, but it's a new start, and I'm happy to have this back as a WIP. And this is Dirty Chalkboard by V Stitch Me. Does it go that way? This way. That's the way it goes. So yes, I am so happy to have that as a WIP again, and it's not giving me sore feelings anymore. I just love the way it looks. This fabric was just, it looked way better. I had gotten a fabric color that I thought would work as a fabric of the month from Color and Cotton, and I reached out to them to see if they had a 32 count. They did, although they told me that the 32 count fabric was dyeing a lot lighter. But I was like, well, let's just try it. I ordered it, and sure enough, it was way too light, especially given this is like moon. And that's why I kind of went with a darker fabric, and I can't wait to see how that turns out. All right, next is, oh yeah. I think I started it in December. I don't have my start dates on here. I just have it as the last day I stitched on it. Anyway, so it's Christmas at Hawk Run Hollow. I am working on Year at Hawk Run Hollow. You'll see that here in a little bit. But I had gotten half of the flosses when Fire Poppies went out of business, so I got them at a discount because they're all NPIs, and there's a lot of them. And then I got most of the rest of them when Stitchville went out of business, and got those for 25% off. So there was just maybe 5 that I had to buy at full price. And then I reached out to Bags Plus to see if she could, because there's so many flosses in this one. I mean, I don't know. So many. It's crazy. So I reached out to Corinne at Bags Plus to see if she could create a floss thingy for me. And she did. And she made me a book. She let me pick the fabric. So I picked like a winter Christmas fabric. And here are all the NPIs. Yeah, that's a lot. But when I show it to you, it's beautiful. Like, I don't know that DMCs could have done this justice. So And I am doing this on, oh, and then I was trying to find a fabric, and I needed a half a yard, and so I reached out to Brandy at Be Stitch Me, and I bought a 40 count sugar cream pie, and I love it. It's perfect. I didn't need the whole half yard. I did cut off part of it, but here is, I got the first block done, and I love it. Look how pretty. So pretty. The colors are just so stunning in this, like so many teals, and I just love it. So I was happy to start on that. I had that in my kitted up stuff for so long. And so yeah. When I was about to start it, I had to buy fabric and then a couple of MPIs, and then I bought the thing from Bags Plus. And I have this. This is perfect in this Garon toten bag because these are just such good for bigger projects like that. All right. Next is Anne Roberts by Hands to Work. I started this years ago, 2023, 2022. On the plane on the way to Puerto Rico when we went there. But this is that wonky, cute house that it's focusing on me. There, maybe that's better. So I did put a bunch of stitches in for this. It was either January or February, I think. I can't remember. Well, let me look. March. It was March. WIP Go. And I put 1,145 stitches. I think my goal is 1,000. But I'm making really good progress on this. It's going to be done before we know it. And this is on 40 count Percy linen from Fortnite Fabrics. And they're not in business anymore, so you can't get it, but it's just really pretty. It's a model. I love it. So there was that. Next is Margaret Harris 1877 by Blackbird Designs, and I'll pull it up. It's in the Honeysuckle Manor book. I was stitching this with my friend Chrissy. She's already done. And that is what it looks like. I did sub all this like, it looks kind of pinkish on the screen, but it's actually called terracotta, and I didn't like that, so I'm using a different one. Oh, I'm using Velvet Rose by Belle Soie instead, because these are all stitched on Belle Soie. And I'm stitching it on 36 count Mocha by Be Stitch Me. And I did put quite a bit in this too. Happy with that progress. So yeah, I love that. Alrighty. All right, next is Hometown by Teresa Kogut. This is her tier 4 Patreon sale. It's a 2-year sale. We're on 2nd year. I'm really behind. I'll put a picture up, if I remember, of how far I'm supposed to be. But that's okay. But this is where I am. And I love it. I know I've been saying that about everything, but I love it. It's so cool. Yeah, I just love the colors. It's all DMC. Some people are subbing out some fancy flosses for like the barn and stuff like that, but I was just like, nope, I'm just going to do it on all DMC. And I love it just as much. Here's all the DMCs. It's a great color palette. All right. Next is Peacekeeper by Teresa Kogut. love her. She's so pretty. And I did put a bunch of stitches in her. Over 1,000 because I think that was what I was going to do. Yeah, 1,024 I put in. So she's looking really good. I filled in a bunch of her halo. But that's where I'm at with her. I do not like the way some of my stitches look in the light colors on the faces. Everybody else I show it to, like, can't tell, but I don't know. I feel like some of the stitches just aren't great. But do I want to pull those out? Probably not. But she's beautiful. I love her. I'm not really into angels, like, a lot, but I don't know. There's just something about her. She's just beautiful. All right. This next one is wonky. I think I saw it on... I bought the Vicki Clayton silks. I think I might have seen it on her Instagram, actually. It's an old chart. So what happened was she had posted that it's an old chart from Exemplars from the Heart called The Blessing. And it was a kit back in the day. And I guess the owner had one kit, Vilma Becklin, had one kit left. And then, so I think, don't quote me on this, I'm pretty sure this is the story, that she sent it to Vicki Clayton to create flosses for this. And so it is just so wonky. Look at all the variegation. It's focusing on me again. There we go. Just crazy. Wait till you see this. Oh, I'll show you the silk. Well, I'm not going to take them all out of here. I haven't bobbinated, but you can kind of see. Look at this one over here. It's wild. But I made some good progress on it. I started at the bottom. I'm not sure why. But I got the girl done, some of the fence, and a cat, a black cat. I think there's one more cat on here. Yeah, so there's a black cat, and then over here's another black cat, and I think I'm going to do that cat in orange. Orange and white, so I have Freddie and Gertie on here. So this is where I'm at. Look at that dress, isn't that wild? I have never stitched anything like that before. Like, the variegation is just crazy. But it's so fun. It's something completely out of the ordinary. I don't know that I'm seeing anybody else working on this, but you should join me. The Vicki Clayton silks. This is my first time using them. I've never bought any before, and I'm obsessed. Like, I want to do more conversions with hers, or do more projects with her conversions or her flosses. Jeff's outside. He's replacing sprinkler heads. All right. I'm getting down there. This was my birthday start, you guys. I've wanted to stitch this for so long, and I finally started it. It's Red Deer Sampler by GGR. Okay, I got a story about this one too. So I was not happy with two of the colors, two of the dye lots that I got. I was not happy with them. So I'll show you when I pull it out. But apple cider is like gold. It's so light, and the parts that I stitched with this, I hated it. And so when Jaffe and I were at Country Sampler, I wanted to see what their apple cider looked like, and it's definitely more brown. And you can even see this right here in the shadow, that's more true to the color. This is blowing it out. But, so I bought that it wasn't much, so I got that to pull it out. The other one that I did not like was it Old Blue Paint? Yeah. This was so blown out, and on other people that have stitched it, it looks more blue. And so I also looked to see what the dye lot was at Country Sampler, and this is way more blue. So I'm gonna also pull out that, yeah, you can see the difference here. Way more blue. So I'm gonna pull that out. Luckily it's not a lot of either of them, so I'm not mad about it, but I'm stitching this on Cedar Plank by, is it Lakeside Linens? I'm terrible, I think it's Lakeside Linens. Let me see. Yes, Lakeside Linens Cedar Plank. My friend Robin, she is doing it on that, and I loved the color, and I actually had a piece, so she let me copy her. And this is where I'm at. And so the blue is in these flowers, and it's, I can't even hardly see it over here. So I'm gonna pull that out, and then the apple cider is these leaves, and I didn't like it. So I am really excited to take that out and re-stitch those areas. Not a big deal. I'm not very far in the project, so, but oh my God, you guys, these colors, stunning. And I loved working on this so much. Okay, so that was my birthday start on February 8th when I turned 50. Can you believe it? I'm 50. I don't feel 50, so it's good. All right, next is I got 2 more WIPs. So the next one is a year at Hopgren Hollow, and one of the WIP goals was a square, one of the squares. So I did finish one more, and I'm over halfway done now at this point. So I did July. I'm gonna stand up, and that is where I'm at. And this is on 40 Count Peanut by Bee Stitch Me. That July was no joke. That was all like halfway full coverage practically. But there are a lot of squares in hers that are practically full coverage, so it's fine. They're like 92 by 92 if I'm not mistaken. Where it says. I'm pretty sure that's about right. And I'm using the NPIs for this. Much less NPIs than Christmas at Hopgren Hollow. Crazy. Alrighty. And then one more WIP, and then I was just going to show you the kit from the retreat, the Teresa Kogut kit, and it was with Teresa Kogut and Chantel's, is it 141? So it was amazing. Okay, and the next one is What Remains by Blackbird, and I bought this when Traditional Stitches in Calgary, it was exclusive to them for an anniversary. Let me see. It's on here, I'm sure. 20th anniversary. So What Remains. And I did not buy the fabric. I did not like the yellow look on this, so I went for a more cool toned, but I did buy the flosses for the kit. They are fibers to die for, silks, and they are a dream to stitch with. And so this is where I'm at, and I did, like I said, more cool toned, and I love it. I love it so much more than that yellowish, really warm tone look. So yeah, I think this was on WIP Go for 1,000 stitches, and I met that goal. That's my modified WIP parade. I like that. It's June 1st. We're almost at the half a year. That is what I've worked at for the half of year. I know I say this in every video. Please forgive me. I do really want to record more. It was just and I meant to over the last few months, but my anxiety was horrible when Maggie was sick. We were having some behavior issues with Freddie, which have gotten better. And I don't know, I was just going through a lot of stress and I couldn't focus. I stitched a lot, thankfully, to get my mind off of things, but I really, truly do want to record more. And when I was at the retreat, everybody's like, when are you going to record a video again? I'm like, I promise promise I'll try to. And I am. So it's only been 2 weeks since since the retreat. So, all right, I'm gonna put pictures up here of the piece from the Teresa Kogut design for this retreat. It came in this bag. It says Welcome Stitchery May 2025. This is part of the piece, and I'm dying over all the colored bricks. I want to start this one. I think this is going to be the next thing I work on once I'm working on prints for a little bit more. Okay, so as you can see, I have the pictures up here. There's 3 versions: a drum, a full sampler-ish, and then one was on one of Chantel's board things. So you can see it's welcome. Now this, I have the kit here. It comes like this. They gave us the paint colors and all of that. Once this releases to the public, I believe Chantel is going to release this as well, but it will not come with welcome on it. This welcome is in Teresa Kogut's handwriting, and it was only for the Welcome Stitchery retreat. I believe that this will just come blank when it's released in the future. But anyways, the picture's been up, but I have the pattern, so it looks like that. And then this is the whole chart. It's called Creator's Praise. It's got kind of a biblical type thing on there, and I'm not religious, so I was so happy when she did this too, because that's pretty cool. And then here is the drum. So it came with 3 patterns. Awesome. It came with some of her note cards, and then a sticker and one of her business cards, and then it came with fabric, and it is, what is this? I think it's 36 count. So the fabric that came with it is enough to do the small one and the drum, or just the large one. And I'm just going to do this, and I probably won't even do the drum, but it is on 40 count Dirty Teacup by Needle and Flax. And so this is the fabric. And I got 2 pieces because one of my table mates, who lives in Minnesota too, Janelle, hi. She's wonderful. I love her. She doesn't stitch on linen, and so she gave me her piece of linen, so I have 2. And here's all the colors. I love it. Yeah, it was so fun. I brought Jeff's cousin, Susie. Hi, Susie. She is the only person in real life. Now, I have a lot of stitchy friends that I've met in real life, but like in our family, friends, you know, she's the only one that stitches, and so it was her first retreat, and she loved it, and I loved seeing her love it. It was amazing. It was so amazing. And Welcome Stitchery does welcome weekends, and so I definitely want to try to go to one this winter. And then I got to see so many wonderful people. I don't even want to say names because I'll forget somebody and then I'll feel bad. Anyways, this is what came from Welcome Stitchery as our like welcome thing, and there's a pattern where you can stitch a big W for Welcome Stitchery on here, and I think I want to do it. I think I want to do it. So it came, my purchases are in here too, so I'm just going to go through the bag. I'll tell you what I purchased. So they had, I would say, probably 6 8-foot tables full of fabric. They had fabric trunk shows from Be Stitch Me, Fiber on a Whim, I think, Rogue. I can't remember them all. And I was so excited that Lap and Loops, they had some, because I've been wanting some of her fabric for so long. I just have so much fabric, so I haven't bought any. But seeing it in person, you know, I had to. Okay, so I'm going to show you I bought 3 fabrics. I was only going to buy 2, and then I decided on something, and I'll tell you about it in a minute. Okay, so this is from no, it wasn't Rogue Stitching. I don't know what that is. It was Atomic Ranch. And this is nutmeg, you guys. I've never seen anything like this. It reminds me of a warm-toned Murky by Pictures Plus. And so I ended up getting that gorgeous piece of fabric. And then I did get the Lap and Loops. I got Graveyard Mist. Now, I was going to get Grandpa's Dirty Rag. I almost got it, but I just, wasn't sure what I'd ever stitch on it. And if I ever find something, I can order it. But I ended up getting Graveyard Mist because it's literally the perfect cool toned neutral. And I love cool toned neutrals. And they're at both 40 count because I'm a 40 count stitcher. But, listen here. I've been wanting to dabble and try 46 count. I might regret it. But, now when I started Chris's at Hawk Run Hollow and Brandy sent me the piece of sugar cream pie, I think that's what I used. I think so. Anyways, regardless, I found a 46 count sugar cream pie. And so I bought it. I might be regretting it, but I think I'm going to find a big sampler to put on it. So it's a smaller one. I'm just not sure which one yet, but I love it. Then we went to Welcome Stitchery to shop on Friday, and I had been wanting this. I gotta take my receipt on it. So the Primitive Hare did a retreat there and designed a loon, and that is our state bird. And our lake that we go up to every weekend has tons and tons of loons, and so I bought it, and I can't wait to stitch it. I almost got the kit with the fabric, but I decided not to because I have so much fabric here, and I didn't love the writing on it in the background. So I had all of the flosses except for one pecan pie. So I grabbed that. And then Susie and I were trying to find a kit to stitch together, or a chart to stitch together. And we both fell in love with this. Jan Hicks Creates Let Flowers Grow. I love the birds. I love the trees. I love the house. I love everything about this. And I had all of the flosses at home except for River Otter, so I grabbed that. So yeah, Susie and I gotta get together and start that. And then in this goodie bag, there's all kinds of things. Chantel gave us a tag as part of her gift. There is a thread bed thingy, some fabric. There is assortment of needles. I love this. The White Eye Ponies, Silver Eye Peacemakers, and Gold Eye Edmars. And so I loved that. I'm excited to try the pony ones. These are the pony blacks with the white eye. And then, let me see. Oh, this is the chart for the W for the bag. So, yeah, I'm excited about that. And then, I think that's about it. There's just some paper stuff in here that, some stitch cards, and so yeah, that was the retreat. It was amazing. It was just nice seeing people and getting together, but I think that's all I got. I mean, I haven't really bought hardly anything this year. I take that back. I'm gonna grab it quick. I bought one chart from Market, and maybe I'll stitch this on that 46 count. I don't know, but it's Cicadas Song Sampler by Cosford Rise. I'm obsessed with the mill, with the water wheel. In this basket, amazing. That's it. I've gotten my monthly Color and Cotton Club, and that's it. But anyway, thanks for sticking with me. Thanks for watching. I hope to do it again soon. I'm really sorry I was teary-eyed in the beginning. It was really hard talking about that. That's the first time, though, I've cried in a while, so I think just sharing that with you guys, it was just really hard because I know you guys loved Maggie so much. We have no plans to get another dog because we're really going to just start traveling a lot, and cats are easier. We have a wonderful, one of our vet techs lives by us, and she's going to come help with the cats while we're gone. And then when we travel, like, we would plan on buying like a camper to travel more in the future, and they can come with us, you know, and so, yeah, anyway, we miss her. I'm sure you guys will miss her too.